What's up guys, hope all is well. Joey here for Creator and welcome back to another full PC build guide. Today we're going to be building a PC using a pink colorway. A lot of the components here are pink. The budget we're working with is $1,600. So if I were to build a PC in 2023 Q1, this is what I would build. And we're going to be using the new RTX 4070 Ti. So if you've never built a PC before, you've come to the right place. You're in good hands. We take care of you from start to finish here. This is a beginner guide. First, we're going to go over all the parts and the prices. Second, I'm going to be building the PC from start to finish with you guys. And then third, at the very end, we're gonna put our rig to the test against a lot of current popular titles. All right, guys, well, let's jump into it. So guys, right now, RTX 4070 Ti's are going for $830 USD on Amazon. The RTX 4070 Ti we're using here today is rocking a white colorway with a splash of silver and pink, so it's gonna perfectly match our colorway. And yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and open our most exciting part, iGames Ultra. If we take a look at the back. So the 4070 Ti has an MSRP of $800, and like I said, you can get them for $830 right now on Amazon, which is really cool that they're very close to MSRP. It's rocking 12 gigabytes of VRAM, so this is the Nvidia power adapter it comes included with. It's a 16 pin to two 8 pins. We're not going to be using the stock adapter for our build. Instead, we're going to be using a custom sleeve pink power supply cable for our RTX 4070 Ti. You can pick this up at Creator HQ. We also have this available in white and black. It's going to look really clean with our build. Our clean, super sick looking 4070 Ti. Boom, look at that. That's sick. It's pretty legit how like this card literally like it matches our color theme for this build like perfectly. We don't have to spray paint this card at all. 3 display ports, 1 HDMI, iGame here. We have some more designs going on right here. 3 fans. Well, this is a beautiful RTX 4070 Ti. Now let's move on to our processor, the i5-12600K. It has 6 physical cores and 4 E-cores, and it has a max boost of 4.9 gigahertz. Another good option for the 4070 Ti would of course be the 13th generation. This is also a very good processor. Doesn't come with a stock heatsink, so we are going to be cooling it with $35 heatsink. In the pink colorway, this component is also available in white and black as well. That goes for the other components we're using as well, so obviously not everyone's going to want to rock a pink build. So we're going to pair our i5-12600K with a GIGABYTE motherboard, rocking the Z690 chipset, and this does have built-in Wi-Fi as well. ATX form factor. This board supplies us with 3 M.2 slots and a good amount of USB ports and a Type-C as well. Nice matte finish. I'm going to be getting our M.2 SSD screws out of the box. The Wi-Fi antenna if you're going to use Wi-Fi. All right, guys, so for our RAM, we're going with CORSAIR Vengeance RGB Pro kit, 16 gigs of RAM, 3600 megahertz in the white colorway. Here we have our DDR4 RAM. DDR4 is quite affordable right now. For our storage, 1 terabyte M.2 SSD, the WD Blue SN570. Little guy's going to get the job done, and that is record low prices for SSDs. Pretty cool. Buy hard drives. Don't ever buy a hard drive, guys. It's 2023. So 2 more essential components, guys. Here we have our power supply, 750 watts by Cooler Master. This is a bronze rated power supply. Here we have it. Sufficient for our 4070 Ti and i5. And now what we're going to be housing everything in, the LANCOOL 205 Mesh C. The C is for Type-C. Comes in pink, comes in white, comes in black. Here we have our case. It comes included with 3 pre-installed fans, 2 in the front, 1 back here. They all light up. So this is a very high quality case with really good airflow. Here's a look at the front ports, 1 Type-C and 2 USB ports. All right, guys, so that covers our essential components. Now we're gonna cover the optional components, which are simply just to up the aesthetics of our build. This is a Hello Kitty and Friends pop. It's Hello Kitty with a unicorn costume, a lot of different colors going on here. It's holding a little bear. It's a good Funko, got a lot of colors going on. For the cables, we're gonna be using our brand, Creator, custom sleeve power supply kit. These go for 34 bucks. This kit comes with other cables included, but we're only going to be using 3 of the cables. That's why I only have 3 in front of me here right now. But our Creator full custom sleeve power supply kits will support future upgrades in your builds. It's a set of 6 different cables. Now this is separate, but we're also going to be including a RTX 4070 Ti cable. We are going to be using one of our newly released GPU stands. This is in the silver colorway. We also offer it in black. And this is going to support our RTX 4070 Ti. But yeah, it will eliminate our GPU sag and our GPU will be really nice and secure. And last, we're going to be using our RGB LED kit. Comes included with 2 strips, extension cables, and very strong magnetic attachments, guys. So we'll be able to place our RGB strips within our case very neatly. A lot of fun ahead of us, guys. All right, let's jump into it. So first, we're gonna be placing our i5 into our CPU socket on our motherboard. So we're gonna pull it to the side and let it come up. There you go. Let's open this up. Now back to our i5, as you can see, there's an arrow on the bottom left-hand side of it. And there's also an arrow right here on the bottom left-hand side of the CPU socket. So we line up both arrows. i5 is gonna go like this. Gonna line it up and then just drop it right into place. And it's gonna fall right in, guys. It should look like that. And now we drop this back down and we wanna make sure that this metal part is over this right here. So let's push this down a little bit. There we go. That will pop up and that is normal. Bring our lever all the way back down and tuck it in. Now we're gonna install our cooler. Here we have our instruction manual. We're gonna be following the Intel one. Our included thermal paste, our Intel kit, our fan attachments, and the back plate. That's it. We're gonna get the back plate and we're going to pull all 4 of these out. Like that. Now we're gonna get our motherboard, we're gonna put it behind. Here we go. All 4 sides will line up. Very nice. I'm gonna lay our motherboard flat on the desk, and now we're gonna work with our Intel bag. And we're working with our heatsink now. In this position, right? We have our V. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it upside down. We're going to place first one in this position right here, and it needs to be secured with the 4 screws that came with our heatsink. Same thing for the other one. That is a prepped heatsink right there. Let's remove this protective film. Now, homies, we're gonna place some thermal paste on our CPU. So in the middle of it, we're gonna put a pea-sized amount. Now you guys already know what's up. We're gonna line up all 4 points with these 4 points and then secure. Before we place on our heatsink, you wanna make sure that the screws are in this position away from the heatsink. So any of the screws that need it, like that one right there, and for the other side, come all the way to the end. Now we can place it on evenly on all 4 points. Not all the way to the end, but almost to the end. For example, this one was all the way to the end, and so was this one, right? But I had to slightly push it in for it to line up. Only slightly, so it still is towards the end. And no, they're not in the middle. They are close to the end. All right, all 4 points are lined up. Let's secure it. So I'm gonna secure it evenly. So first I attach this one a little bit. Now I'm gonna work with the one across to maintain even pressure. And the same for the other 2. Let that one attach the bits. Once we have all 4 points attached, now we can finish fully tightening all of them. And there's a safety on it, so I'm just gonna keep turning till my screwdriver stops. All right, there. We don't wanna over tighten these, but we do want them secure, so just keep turning till your screwdriver stops. Now the final step is attaching our fan. Got my cables untied. I'm gonna have them down here. I'm gonna place it with this sticker towards the heatsink. We're gonna put the attachments in through here like this, and we're gonna clip this onto the heatsink. Like that. Same thing for the other side. In and clip in. Good job, guys. This will light up RGB. Now it has 2 cables. One of them connects to our CPU fan header, which is right here, guys, which is gray and is labeled CPU fan. Tuck the CPU cable in nicely right there. Next one is for the lighting of the fan. It's a 3-pin. It's using the chain system, but all you need to know is that we're gonna plug this into the motherboard, into our 3-pin RGB header. Only goes in one way. So in this case, the arrow is going to be on the right-hand side. We'll clean this one up later, but there we go. Our i5 is installed with a beautiful heatsink. Okay, next, our RAM. We're gonna pull back both of the levers of our 2nd and 4th RAM slots. We're using 2 sticks of RAM. We want them to run in dual channel. That is why we're installing them on the 2nd and 4th slot. You wanna line up the RAM stick where it's indented to the RAM slot where it's not indented. It only goes in one way, guys. So in our case, Vengeance text on the right. So once we have our stick into place, we're gonna push down with both thumbs equal force and get our clips to clip back up. This one clipped up, but this one just needs a little more. There we go. And now, same thing for our 2nd stick. Just gonna go on our 4th RAM slot. Get it in there, push down with both thumbs. Perfect. Make sure the RAM is all the way in and the clips are back up. RAM installed. Next, the installation of our 1TB SSD. This little guy is going to go underneath this heatsink. We have a 0 screwdriver. I'm gonna unscrew this to remove the heatsink. See our little slot right there? So we're gonna just put it in like this. So you push it in there. Now we're gonna use one of the M.2 screws that came with the motherboard, and we're going to lay our M.2 onto the standoff, secure it. And now before putting our heatsink back, let's remove the protective film and get this in there and lay it down and secure. All right, guys, now we're ready to install our motherboard inside our case. The motherboard has protective film on it, so I'm getting rid of it. It's on the other side as well. The motherboard we're using is in the RTX form factor. We want to make sure that all the points on the motherboard line up with the motherboard standoffs inside our case. So we're good because all the motherboard standoffs are already in the appropriate position. RTX layout. We're already going to just get our motherboard up in there. The I/O shield, which is this cover right here, is already attached to the motherboard, so no need to pre-install that first in here like other motherboards. I'm gonna line up the I/O shield to the back of the case. This is a more simple process if you do this with the case laying down, so that's what I'm gonna do. So now we wanna line up all the motherboard standoffs with the points. We're gonna start with the middle one, and there we go. Now we need to screw in all points. And those accessories are located in the hard drive cage. Got them. Okay, guys, now look at this. Wow, lovely, lovely, lovely presentation. We're gonna be using the screws located in this bag. This screw, guys. We're gonna wanna find this screw in the bags. All right, we're securing 9 points. 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom. So we screwed in 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3 on the top. Total 9 points. I'm gonna wire the lighting cable of our CPU heatsink fan to the back. All right, homies, what's next? We're gonna be installing our power supply now. But before we do that, we're gonna prep this guy. So 2 cables are already connected to it. Our big 24-pin power cable, we are gonna be using that. And a CPU power cable, we're also gonna be using that. Let's turn it around. First cable we're gonna hook up is a SATA cable. This is gonna power the lighting features of our case. So we're gonna look for the end of the cable that looks like this. And we wanna find SATA, just right here in the middle, and we're just gonna clip it in. All right, next we're gonna be hooking up a PCI power cable. This is gonna power our RTX 4070 Ti. So not this end, but this end. And right here. That's it, power supply is ready to go. We're gonna want the fan of the power supply facing down. We're gonna put it into here. Now we're gonna secure the 4 points. The screws come with the power supply. Now we gotta clean some stuff up here. First, we're gonna get rid of this hard drive cage because we're not gonna be using a hard drive. I'm gonna get rid of all these cable ties. We don't want these. All right, let our cables loose. We're almost done with our build. All right, so now we're gonna hook up our custom sleeve power supply cables to the power supply cables. First one is our big 24-pin. So originally, this would have hooked up to our motherboard. So now instead, it's going to hook up to our custom sleeve power supply extension cable. And now this end will hook up to the motherboard. Next cable is for our CPU power cable. So as you can see, this is 4 plus 4 pins. It splits. So now you have to make sure that the cable you're working with also splits like that. And that's how you know you have the right cable. A CPU extension cable for the CPU cable. So again, same thing. We're gonna hook it up to the end, make sure it clips in there, and now this will hook up to the motherboard. Final cable for our RTX 4070 Ti. Here's a stock one, right? And our 4070 Ti is gonna use 2 8 pins. So now instead, with this design, the 2 8 pins are already combined together. So we're gonna get our PCI Express power cable, the power supply, and we do wanna make sure that it clips on. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Boom, same thing for the second one. We connect them, 2 8 pins to our new 16 pin for our RTX 4070 Ti. And as you can see, this in the front is gonna look a lot better than this disgusting spaghetti mess. Available at creatorhq.com. Every single part we're using for this build, guys, is linked in the video's description. And we're almost done, guys. Now we need to hook up cables. We're gonna break all our cables down into 3 groups. First group of cables is our power supply cables. Second group of cables is our case cables, which connect our power button and everything up here to the motherboard. And the third and final group of cables is our fan cables and our lighting cables. Let's kick it off with our power supply cables. 24 pin is right here. We want the clip to clip back here. I'm gonna line it up straight, push all the way until it clips. And there we go. Next, our CPU power cable. We want it to also clip up here. And line it up. Plug it in, just like that, guys. Now on the back side of the case, we're gonna plug in our SATA power cable, looks like this, to the case's fan and lighting controller. This will power the controller. And now we'll go ahead and tuck this in. And the last power cables for our 4070 Ti, we'll plug that in later. All right, good job, guys. We're moving fast. Second group of cables, the case cables. All right, so here we are on the bottom of our motherboard. And the first case cable is labeled HD audio. It's gonna plug in right here, and it only goes in one way. The HD audio text of the cable is facing down. And there you go, should look like that. Now for our next case cable, it's very little. Our power switch. It's gonna hook up to our JFP1 pins. If we go to the first row of pins, not the first and second pins, but the third and fourth pins is where we hook up this cable. So it should look like that, guys. First row of pins, the third and fourth pins. That's where your power switch goes. Now we're gonna move up here. Now we're gonna be hooking up our USB 3 cable. So we want this part right here to be on the right side. This cable only goes in one way. Make sure we line it up straight with the pins. Push it in all the way. And now right under it, we're gonna hook up our USB Type-C cable. It only goes in one way as well. There we go. Now the third group of cables are fans and lighting. The fan controller of this case already has all the fans hooked up to the controller, as well as the lighting of the fans. So now we're left with 2 cables of the controller, one for the lighting and one for the fans. Let's go ahead and hook up the lighting. We're gonna go to the front of our case. So the lighting of our controller is using a 5-volt 3-pin system. And that's what we have right here on our left-hand side. So we're gonna hook it up. Okay, cool. The lighting capabilities of the fan controller are hooked up to the motherboard. And now over here, this is gonna hook up all the fans that are hooked up to the fan controller to the motherboard. It's gonna go into a system fan header. This right here, it's gray. Only goes in one way as well. And there you go, guys. There's our finished product. 3-pin RGB lighting right here, the fans of the fan controller over here. And now it's time to install our RTX 4070 Ti. Let's go ahead and get the protective off of it. And we need to make room for it. It's a 3-slot card. The 4070 Ti we're using at least. Some are 2 slots. So I'm gonna unscrew 2nd, 3rd, and 4th brackets. Now we want to make sure this clip is all the way back. I'm gonna remove the protective film All right, guys, here we go. Let's get this bad boy in there. Woo, and look at that, perfect fit. The PCI slot, get it into place, and then I'm gonna push straight in there, and that clip that we put back will clip back up. You will hear it, and our card is now in. Whoa, that looks sick. Look at that. Screw it in. Remember, guys, all the components I'm using are also available in white and black if pink is not what you're going for. Time to install our GPU support. All right, guys, so the way our GPU support works is we simply place it underneath our GPU and it eliminates GPU sag completely. Nothing, not moving, all good. Now, this is adjustable. If you need more length, it extends quite a bit. And then this second part right here, that's what secures it down here, and it ain't going anywhere. Our GPU support is literally a perfect fit. The card is sagging only a little bit. I'm gonna raise it up, put it at the very end, and look at that, beautiful. The card is nice and even, no damage. And now let's hook up our custom sleeve in the pink colorway 4070 Ti extension cable. Boom, look at that. And let's clean these combs up. Sheesh, that is clean. All right, guys, we're done. Now we're gonna install the extras, our RGB LED strip kit, which is a 4-pin kit. It will hook up to a 4-pin header on our motherboard, and we're gonna insert our Funko Pop. So I placed that RGB strip up here and on the side, and now the final step is to hook up the RGB strips to the motherboard with a 4-pin header, which is right here. There's an arrow on the input. We line up that arrow on the right-hand side right here where the pin says 12 volt. So the arrow on the right-hand side for this motherboard, we plug it in all the way. There we go. And we're done. Let's put on the tempered glass side panel. Yeah! Let's get the lights off. All right, first boot up, guys. All right, here we go. Boom, there it is. Look at the GPU. That's pretty cool the way it lights up. That's unique. Let's go, look at that. The build really comes together when you get the extras. Our custom sleeve power supply cables. Imagine a stock 4070 Ti cable in there. That would look disgusting. Beautiful little Funko, all the colors match. GPU support for the win. Boom, easy dub. Looks amazing, guys. Good job if you followed along. All right, guys, now remember, every single part used for this build is located in the video's description. Now what you need to do is install an operating system, Windows 11. I've done a video on how to install Windows 11 from a USB flash drive for free. That complete guide is in the video's description. And then we're gonna install drivers. That is also in the video description. And then finally, we can start playing games, which is what we're doing now. Let's do it. All right, guys, for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we're gonna be playing multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. These are the settings we're gonna be using. 1440p resolution. Here are the quality settings. Reflex on plus boost, and our FOV is set to the max, 120. Let's do it. Okay, here we go, free for all. Ooh, that was cool. What the? Oh! Oh my goodness. I threw a bouncing Betty swap to my other gun and just went, ah. The game was at 90% utilization. That's good. That means our processor is helping our RTX 4070 Ti a lot. Holy crap. Oh, they're all there. No! No! Oh, no! Oh, man, that was close. We almost won that one. We got second. That was fun. Performance was good, just like Call of Duty multiplayer. Utilization was at 90% for the GPU, and we were pushing above 144 at 1440p. Performance is good for our 4070 Ti.
Alright, so settings for Fortnite, we're playing on full screen, 1080p, VSync is off, and we're playing on performance mode. 3D resolution is 100, and here are the rest of the settings. Bro, this shotgun is so good. Dang. Oh, I one pumped. Feels so good. I died. Well, GG, bro. Performance was great though. Consistent 300 to 400 FPS pretty much the entire game. So, all right, on to the next game. Let's do it.
For Apex, we're going to be running the game at 1440p, max FOV 110, reflex on our Enable plus boost, and here are the rest of the settings. Let's do it. Here we go. There we go. How are we losing, guys? Pick up the slack. Nice job, we gained the lead. Stay alive, guys. All right, time to pull a miracle. Oh my, don't you die. Help him out now. Protect this guy. No! All right, performance was good. Moving on to Halo Infinite. FOV, we're gonna rock 90. Resolution at 1440p with 100% resolution scale. We have the graphics quality preset set to medium, and we have all this stuff off right here. Let's go. Oh shoot, it's crazy. No, wait, I don't want to die. No, I jumped on the map. Yeah, oh, what the? Ace the needles, ace the needles. Oh my goodness, the whole team is there. Hardcore. Oh, what the? Yeah, that's right. Wants to die. Ah, there's my lightning. Eagle powers. All right, guys. So the performance for Infinite was really good. Infinite surprised me. Next game.
So the next game we're going to be playing is Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm going to be playing it on a controller. This is our controller that you can pick up on our website, craterhq.com. It's compatible with Windows 11 and you can pick it up in a lot of different colors. So the settings we're going to be using: full screen, 1440p, aspect ratio is on auto, reflex is on plus boost. We have DLSS frame generation on, the upscale method on DLSS set on quality with a sharpness of 5. We're using the very high preset with ray trace reflections on with everything on high and an object range of 5. And the only options that we changed with this preset is we turned off all the camera effects except for sharpness, which we left at 10.
78th and West End. Guess I'll find out what she means.
What did I want? Infuriating is that the question is so simple.
The game looks amazing and is performing amazing. Personally, I like to play these types of games on a controller, and this controller is definitely going to provide a good experience.
Can't you guys stick to robbing evil landlords? No? You did!
So when you're around the city with this controller, it feels amazing, and I could do it for hours.
Settings for Valorant, 1440p res, Nvidia reflex on plus boost. Here are the quality settings. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh my, bro. Oh.
10 kills.
No.
Party's over. Hello.
What the? How did that not connect?
5 kills remaining. 1 kill remaining.
Could have been first if I tried.
Alright, so the next game we're going to be playing is Overwatch 2. So for the settings we're using, we're playing on full screen, 1440p, our field of view is 103, render scale is automatic, VSync is off, and we have Nvidia reflex on enabled plus boost. For the graphics quality, we're playing on the ultra preset and have changed nothing. Let's win. Well, you died? Okay. Getting over 300 FPS at 1440p. I'm getting a res. Let's go. Ow. Okay, I should not have done that. Come on, yes. We won. How do we win? The Overwatch performance was amazing. Consistently getting 300 to 400 FPS at 1440p on ultra settings. That's really good. Next game.
Next, we're going to test out Rainbow Six Siege. The resolution 1440p, aspect ratio 16:10, FOV to the max 90. Here are our graphics. Let's jump into it. Whoa. Ah! No! Alright guys, this is match point. Cannot lose this. Right, here we go, guys. Here we go. We can't die. It's match point. Roaming? Oh no! I pressed the wrong keybind! Oh! Oh no! Well, we can't win them all. We're gonna wrap it up right there. Thanks for watching, guys, and for all your guys' support. Remember, every part we use for this build is linked in the video's description, and stay tuned for the next build guide. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.